No, no.
Anything else? Okay, then we get into the hard part. We seem to struggle with this one for a while.
Brought my glasses.
By 2013, we're looking 5 years out, North Reading, while maintaining its suburban small-town feel, there's a question about character instead of feel.
Yep.
Will implement a strategic plan that provides the quality of life for all its residents through controlled community development, supportive infrastructure, and the implementation of a budgetary plan with increased efficiencies and new revenues which supports, and I had added necessary services, wasn't in there when we discussed the on an annual basis.
I have no problem changing character to feel. But I think we're missing something towards the bottom half of this.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were 100% comfortable with the state.
I have the,
Do you
Wilma,
have
wanna
it?
bring it out?
Yeah, I have it.
Would you mind?
Yeah, sure.
I remember it saying supports a minimum level of services on an annual basis. I kinda liked that language, even though it was kinda,
Let's pull up the, for those that are curious, when we had the session, we had pasted the room with large sheets of paper with each board member drafting a vision statement, and then we combined our thoughts into what we picked one as a straw man and then modified it. Any other thoughts or comments while waiting for Greg?
I agree with changing field to character.
In front of the author.
Services on a, the minimum got struck out, Mike, somewhere in the process.
I don't remember if we struck that out or not. I remember liking that language, because it didn't mean just the bare minimum, it meant at least minimum.
Well, that's why I put necessary in
Hmm.
there.
Yeah, I like necessary in it.
What's missing? I think these words that are circled, these commas, remember we went back and forth on proper placement of the commas? I think ultimately this went back in, even though it was stricken at one point in time.
I
during the
agree.
Discussion.
Oh, it did?
And I remember.
Yeah, I think after
Yeah.
we took it out, we put it back.
Right.
What's that?
The part, put this back together.
Can you read it?
Give it a shot. 2013, North Reading, while maintaining its suburban small-town feel and character, will implement a strategic plan that improves the quality of life for all its residents through controlled community development, supportive infrastructure, the implementation of a budgetary plan which through increased efficiencies and new revenues supports, at a minimum, level services on an annual basis townwide.
That's what I remember as well.
It's the best I can do,
Yeah.
put it in a puzzle.
No, I think that's,
Someone else wants to take a look. but-
Oh,
That's what I remember.
I'm gonna fix that slide. You're gonna help me
It's one and
by
done.
correcting it.
One and done.
Okay.
It's good to remember those commas, that's all.
Proper placement of the commas. Fourth grade English teacher was a nun without a capital.
Hey.
So let's see, we got to supportive infrastructure and the implementation of a budgetary plan with increased,
I thought it was which through increased efficiencies. And new revenues supports
increased
at a minimum.
efficiencies
Supports,
and new revenues supports.
comma,
Take out the which, yeah. Supports, comma, at a minimum.
at a minimum.
Comma.
Spell check,
I think we need to make two sentences.
At a
out of this thing,
minimum.
too, by the
we
way.
might. It could be a long sentence too.
You think?
At a minimum, services,
Level,
level service.
level services.
Throw grammar out the window.
I know.
on an annual basis, comma. Think,
Everybody feel better about that?
Yeah, other than I think we need to make it into at least two sentences here. I think if you put a period after, quality of life for all its residents, period. You just say the strategic plan will include controlled community development, supportive infrastructure, yada, yada, yada. Then it kind of breaks it up a little bit. I mean, otherwise you have
You
to
wanna
take
put a period here?
otherwise you have to take a breath.
Yeah.
Read anything. Maybe two,
I would agree.
you know.
It was getting late when we finished this.
Don't get it here.
So you wanted a period here and then.
Period after all its residents, you know, quality of life for all its residents, and then the next sentence will say, the strategic plan will include, strike the word through, will include controlled community development,
Or
supportive infrastructure.
The strategic plan will seek to do this.
Well, it doesn't make it all inclusive, it just will include. May include more than that, but at a minimum, at a minimum. And then take out through,
Will include,
controlled community development, supportive infrastructure.
is that better?
I think so, because I suggested it, but it doesn't make it right.
Okay.
Makes us look like we
Still have to take a breath. No, that's good, that's good.
I mean, you're supposed to take a breath.
Yeah, right.
Replacing character.
Break those two commas.
Yes, we're gonna
Yeah,
put
yeah,
town
replace the
character
word
rather
feel
than
with
feel.
Character.
Well, what it's, well, we have a tough time as it is keeping level services. So what it means is it's just at a minimum, we're going to have a budget system that will support level services at a minimum. Level services aren't necessarily what it was the year before. It's a level budget. It doesn't have to include anything new, and it doesn't get rid of anything.
We don't wanna lose ground.
Exactly. Well, this is
What's the vision?
this is local government.
We're trying to keep it
That's a big
realistic.
vision.
We're trying to keep it realistic, and level services is somewhat unrealistic at times.
It's easier to establish a floor than a ceiling.
Exactly.
This is what the board, we're trying to.
And as the town administrator just pointed out, it's easier to establish a floor than a ceiling.
Nowadays.
And, the floor is level. Unless you're in my house, it's. Lord.
My driver's license.
Oh, jeez, that looks good.
Okay. What next? This, you comfortable
I think
with
that
this
looks
at this
good.
point?
That's a good,
Okay.
that's a good.
And then, In our vision, we had a number of items. We'll talk about that for a bit. Any changes? Wastewater plan, new high and middle school, new or renovated senior center, new community center, renovated town hall, review plan that supports services without an override, a revenue plan, I'm sorry, renovated fire station and DPW facility, improved labor management relations, improved solid waste program, shared municipal school services, IT, human resources, facility maintenance, regional public safety dispatch, combined public safety dispatch, ALS service, greater energy self-sufficiency, wind, solar, and vehicles. This is just a accumulation of ideas.
What was the vehicles? I forget what the vehicles were.
Energy efficient vehicles.
Are the,
Hybrids.
what does the extra dash mean? IT, human resources, facility maintenance, wind, solar, is that just
Under
subcategories?
Under shared municipal
Oh, all right, I get it.
services,
I apologize.
and under greater energy self-sufficiency.
I get it.
Why it showed up that way?
Small vehicles.
So wind, solar, and vehicles are a subset of greater energy self-sufficiency. And it's the same above for shared municipal school services. I think when we're talking about shared municipal school services, we were talking about IT across the entire town, human resources across the entire town, and facility maintenance across the entire town, rather than a school side and a town side, the general government side. Is there anything we want to add at this point, or take off of there? Not yet.
No.
Maybe we ought to go to that too. Get some ranking. Yeah. Talked about core values. The list represents all of the core values that the board identified that evening. And then we went through a process of voting. And everybody had, what do we have, 4 votes or 5? 5.
Five.
5 votes. And we went around and placed our votes on the specific items. And as you can see, education came up with 5, which is the highest priority, based on the ranking that we went through. Public safety was next. Promotion of local commerce followed it. Preservation and improvement of the environment have the same weight. Reputation of openness and trust, open space and recreation made the list, and then the preservation of the town character. That doesn't mean the others are not important, but this was a way of us getting to a handful of priorities. Anybody feel that we've left something out, or we should change anything on the list in terms of ranking? All
I think it's
comfortable
okay.
with sleeping on this? We're all comfortable?